If you're already doing cold email outreach or thinking about starting with cold email outreach, this is a complete guide how to set up all your domains A to Z, how to configure everything for perfect email deliverability. And we also compare cold email outreach versus cold calling and see a little bit of the benefits, the pros and cons of both. So let's dive right in. There's a huge difference in the amount of outreach you can do. Cold calling, no, you typically do low volume, so you cannot make a lot of calls in a day, even if you can speak to 20 or 30 of your ideal customers. It's a lot. The good thing is, though, you get immediate feedback to optimize your value proposition. So you can immediately ask what their pain points are, and you can evaluate whether your value proposition really resolves those pain points that they have. So that's a big advantage. But if we are realistic, most people won't start till 11 or 12 o'clock with their first call, and they're not consistently making calls Monday to Friday. Most people feel reluctant to call. It's not easy also to hear no's from your ideal customer. So the reality of things is that most people won't make enough calls to really make a positive impact and getting booked appointments or even closing new customers. Cold out email and link. The advantage is you can do a high vol. There's a low reply rate though, so before you can optimize your value proposition, there can be a delay. The good thing, you can send thousands of emails in front of your ideal customer on autopilot. It's a great way to get a high in front of your ideal customer. That also depends whether your emails actually get delivered. That's why I created this guide. It's basically a setup guide A to Z. So even if you're already doing cold email outreach, it's good to go over it as a reference to see whether you have configured everything correctly. So to make sure that even all the emails you send actually land in the inbox and you actually get the attention of your prospect. So there are mainly three causes why your emails get bounced or land in the spam folder. So there's your domain reputation, basically a wrong setup, email content, it's not relevant for your ideal customer or too generic, and the formatting, so heavy editing, links, images, etc. So let's dive right in. Um, I personally use GoDaddy. You can use any domain register you want. I prefer GoDaddy also for the integration with Office 365, which makes it easier to set up all those records faster. So I already have my GoDaddy. I have a domain I want to buy. So this is our company, Outreach Wizards. So I normally use like extensions like Go Outreach Wizards or Start or Begin OutreachWizards.com. I never use my no. You should never use your main domain that get burned. You won't receive the communication with your customers. So let's see if this one is available. This one is available. So let's add that one to. Yeah, I see the first here. I buy. So there's I don't use it's the Spanish version, but it doesn't really matter. It's a simple process. So I don't need any domain protection. I don't need to host a website. If you know you're going to use your email for 12 months, then you can use these inboxes. We basically offer the service to our customers, and some customers stay for 4 months, 6 months, 8 months, longer periods. So basically, we will go just with a month basis. So I don't take it in this case without email. So we'll just get the domain. I let's double check 1 year. Okay, so I will use my PayPal. This is the company VAT number, basic details, and I will just start the purchase. So that is step one, find a domain. So you will always keep safe your main domain for This is one. I will do this later. Okay, the domain has been purchased. I go to my domain portfolio. So here's the domain. And now Base 365, Office 365 login. I already have, I'm already logged in here. Then we will go to the setup part. My apologies, it's in settings, domains. I've blurred these out, all the domains I already have. I will click on add domain. And here the good thing is it already recognizes GoDaddy as the domain register. So now it will connect with GoDaddy to automatically add some records within your domain register. So it will add those records. I normally add all the records by default. I click on connect again. And here we are good to go. Okay, let's click on done. Okay, now we can see that the graboutreachwizards.com is healthy. Everything is set up correctly. Then we will go to the next part and we will add a new user. So here I'll write my name. I normally do something like this, Reach Wizards. Okay, then we will, I normally use like three type of extensions. DK from Diederik Roese, my full name, Diederik, or first letter and the full last name, but in this case I will go for the short version. Here I will select the domain, Grab Outreach Wizards, and in this case I already generated the password I would like to use. Click on next. I normally use this license. It's about €6, I think, $4.60 per month. Now it will automatically get an extra license for me. Takes a little bit, but as you can see, it goes quite fast. So this part is done. Okay, here we finished. We already have our email account here. So this is set up correctly already by default by connecting the domain. What I mentioned, I normally use like, per domain you can use 3 email accounts in this case. Okay, so the new email creation is done. Now we also have to activate the SMTP part. For that we have to go to users, active users. We click on the Grab Outreach Wizards. This needed the email sending software. So we go to the Mail tab, Manage Email Apps, and here we have to activate SMTP. The email sending cannot be activated, so that part is all done. Now we have to set up DKIM. I have a link here. You can use the same link. The great thing with this link is you are directly redirected to Microsoft Defender, where you can configure DKIM. And before we're going to activate it, we're going to GoDaddy actually, and we have to some CNAMEs. In this, our domain is grab. So I have already these. It's always the same with Microsoft. So you can just copy selector one dot underscore domain key, and then the selector one yeah, the content must be selected one like this line. Yeah, on account. Yeah, that is simply something important. You do need to know which account you're sending from. In this case, it's Storks Servidores, and in this case, I changed this to graboutreachwizard.com with a normal dash, and here I changed it as well to grab, which is the new domain, and I'm going to change this here as well for later on. So now we're going to add a CNAME record, CNAME. I remove this one, select the one, and then I will do this, and I will save it. And there's a second key we have to add as well. So send process. And for the DMARC, now we are here. Let's add that one as well. The CNAME underscore, and this will be the record, so we can manage it with the EasyDMARC. Let's say, okay, this is all done. This is basically a prerequisite before being able in Microsoft to activate it. So, and let's have a look a moment for this part, because maybe this will generate doubts or questions for you. So if we go to within our email address, then you can say here in see here in aliases. This is basically the part you have to add for or exchange for this one. So it can be it will be something different. So that's the part there. So now let's go. We click on it, and then we will click on create D, and you will see that it will be the same key as we see here. So select the one dash grab outreach wizards. Oh, this is the first part of the CNAME, and this, and it redirects to this one, and this is for key 2. This is basically what I had already here, so I knew it. So or you can copy, or you can close here, and now it's activated. We will close it. Okay, so that is done as well. Now we can go to EasyDMARC. You can sign up for free with one domain. So we can use the new domain for that, or the new email address. I will just use a password I've already signed up. There will be a confirmation email. We can close this. So now we're logged into our new email address. Here we have the confirmation email from EasyDMARC. Okay, get started. How did you know us? Whatever. And here is the part we will add the domain. Manage from EasyDMARC. We have to add this record to our GoDaddy, but we already did that here. So we will just verify. This will always be the same for different domains. You just change out this part and take into consideration this. So this is done. Here we can validate email sources as well. I always do that. So I will copy this email address, and I will just forward the own email, send. I can now remove this one, and then we will click next. This runs in the background. Then we go to manage solutions, and here we set the policy to close, and then we go to the dashboard, and we can see that DMARC, SPF, and DKIM is set up. BME is not necessary, but can be set up as well. But now basically the whole correct setup regarding domain reputation has been finished. And the second part that influences email deliverability is the email content itself.
So, for example, if you are trying to sell meat to vegetarians, of course they are not interested. It's totally irrelevant, and it's highly likely that they will mark your emails as spam, which will badly influence your deliverability. So it's always important to do so. You're not trying to sell meat. Uh, it's better to say, okay, for example, I'm going to select send or sell high-end quality gourmet meat to maybe people in this and this age range, and be really specific on who you are serving, and that you're actually solving a specific problem for them. So that is the have a really good proposition. So what you want is that they actually, there's a high likelihood that they are actually interested in. So think about who are you going to serve, and what are they interested in. We don't want to spam people, so we want to share actually relevant information with them that can actually help them solve a specific. Mainly with the goal to directly positively influence their bottom line, instead of just, okay, we help companies design a logo, which is like a really generic service. And what would you listen to yourself if they contacted you? Normally, when they can promise you that you can make more money and eventually have more profits in your company, that is something you're interested in as a business. Regarding the formatting, if you send an email, don't, at least for the first email, don't include images, links, or as few links as possible. No attachments and plain text, no formatting, color, etc. So the less formatting, the better, or even remove it. Once we have yeah the once we have set up everything correctly, use a proper email without formatting, then we can also test our session. So let me, I already have an email here. So for example here, matter in this case, just some text, plain formatting, bullet points here, but minimum formatting. Email, in this case, it doesn't really matter. We'll have to do the test to see possible problems with your email deliverability. I click on send, check. As I'm in Spain, it's automatically shows in Spain, or although you can change it here. It doesn't really matter in this case. I just want to show you how you can test it and how you can get detailed feedback of how your email deliverability is. So normally possible errors are mentioned here. So if you're on a blacklist, it will severely influence your deliverability. Sometimes it's even blocked for 30 days, and that means the majority of your emails are hitting the spam folder. So now we see that everything is perfect here. Then the recommendations are warm up your new email account for 2 weeks. So you have to build some history with your domain. Use an email sending software and do email warm up. Basically, other users from the platform send you emails, and nobody will mark you as spam. And after 2 weeks, sending a lot of emails, building it up gradually, you have a good reputation. As mentioned before, only 3 email accounts per domain. If you need to send more emails, just buy more domains. 30 emails per day. Don't increase those limits because your deliverability will be negatively impacted. Check your sender reputation, and ability goes down if you or in case deliverability goes down, decrease the number of daily emails. Also go over your ICP. Is your value proposition really interesting for your ICP and your copy or messaging? Yeah, and make sure it is actually interesting for your ICP. So that is basically the basic rules of spam. If you're something that is not interesting for your ICP, then you're basically harassing them and they will mark it as spam. If you have something really interesting for your ICP that really solves a problem, then yeah, you're not spamming people. And worst case scenario, if deliverability is really bad, let run up for a couple of weeks. One of the sending softwares is Instantly to send out yeah, mass email at scale. So you first have to configure your sending account there. Yeah, I'm not affiliated in any way with them. I don't use an affiliate link, so you can use any sending software. Instantly actually works quite fine. We also use different sending softwares. So in this case, you can add a new email, an Office 365. Here they say as well, okay, SMTP has to be enabled, what we saw before. Then we will log in with okay, now we are connected. And the only thing we still have to do here is activate email warmup. And now it will, during 2 weeks, it will do a ramp up. Maybe day one, they will start with one email, day two with 2 emails, etc., etc., and they will gradually warm up your new email account. So sending software already mimics human behavior, so they're not sending like 20 emails in 5 minutes, which is normally impossible. And so they will use delivery delays, max emails per hour, max emails per day, etc. You have to configure also an unsubscribe link, which is mandatory nowadays. Don't use click tracking. Let's see if I see it here in settings. Yeah, you can use a tracking domain, but it's eventually it will deliverability as well. You can configure, yeah, normally 30 email of 50 emails per day. I find it too high personally, so I will set it to 30 emails per day to be on the safe side. And you can set up a filter with this code in this case, that all those emails with that code in the subject automatically go to a specific folder, so you don't have you have to do that manually. And once you get search for email or for emails within for example, the same software to search for prospects, only use verified emails. That way you avoid your you're ending up in the spam folder, or better said, that your emails are bounced because their email isn't correct. So that is it in conclusion. Now you're ready to message at scale your ICP and get a lot of booked appointments, or get on the phone with your ideal customer profile. And lastly, as well, if you need any help setting up all these email accounts, the DMARC, SPF, etc., we offer the done for you service. Basically, we guarantee at least 10 booked appointments per month. Otherwise, you won't pay. Yeah, we have a complete done for you service. We guarantee at least 10 booked appointments. Otherwise, you won't pay. And we basically do 4 types of outreach. So at one end, we do LinkedIn outreach. So we connect with your ICP. We do apply a lot of filters to speak to be in front of your ideal customer profile. For example, number of employees, job titles, CEOs, owners, etc. Industry like marketing agencies, etc. So really hone in on your ideal customer. Then we will do like 100 connection requests per day. And once somebody connects, we will send out an email, a messaging sequence, and we will send about 2,200 messages per month or connection requests. Then we do like high volume, low personalization with softwares like Instantly. We can send 250 or no, we buy different domains, different email accounts, a lot of email accounts, so we can send 250 emails per day, or around 5,500 emails per month. We can always increase those, scale up the campaigns, of course, at a different cost. And we also do low volume website scraping. So basically, we scrape the website of the ICP, and then we can use a relevant first line. So, hey Tom, I just visited your website. I see you work with client ABC and got some amazing results from them. Congratulations. So something really specific and personalized. And then we do our transition with the pitch, 1,000 emails per month. And the last part, which is really amazing, and we get the best results with this. So low volume, hyper personalized AI generated video for customer profile, and we redirect them with a link to a personalized landing page where I just checked your website. I saw some quick wins we can apply to increase the number of book calls for your company or increase your revenue immediately. Please have a look and share your thoughts. And that is basically the outreach strategy we apply for our customers. And in case you are interested in knowing more, you can write in the comment section here, or you can just send us an email at dkoutreachwizards.com. And any questions, let me know.